All right, welcome to GrowthTime Live, baby. And today we are coaching on transforming your mind, transform your mindset. Yeah, and eliminate all that negative, unhealthy, toxic self talk and internal dialogue. You know, the kind of dialogue that just kind of stunts your growth, just destroys relationships, and really just drives inconsistent performance. So today we're going to work on tearing down those false walls in our minds and breaking through. And so I can reflect on my own personal journey, and I think about echoing the same echo with countless conversations I've had with people throughout the years. And there's an internal dialogue, a mindset that sometimes is deep rooted, but it says this. And I had this strong in my early 20s. Man, like, no one really cares. No one's really watching me. No one's really paying attention. So why does it really matter? And I was afflicted with this strong performance mindset, meaning my life was like a roller coaster. If I was doing well and if I was performing well, then I felt great. Then I acted great. If I didn't, man, it was this lull, negative thinking, toxic thinking. It all crept in. And so it became a challenge because I was my numbers. I was my performance. I was my performance. And we struggle with that because that is a worldly mindset. That is a mindset that all of humanity struggles with, dealing with the performance issue, and that our value is based upon if we perform or if we don't perform. Well, it's just not the truth is the problem. And that's great news, really, because the truth is that when we gain clarity in the power of you, the power of you and the power of us, man, we change our dialogue. It shifts, it changes. And really the power of you and the core of the power of you, which is the first fundamental growth zone of growth time, it really talks about getting clarity and convictions in your humanity and your divinity, purpose and plan. So your humanity and your divinity together is 100% power. You walk and live in power. But you got to get clear. You got to get strong convictions. And in that, you have your why, your how, and your what. Those are the three words that frame your purpose plan for humanity and divinity. So today, in talking about transforming your mind and just kind of breaking through that negative, toxic dialogue, we're going to look at one component of the divinity. Because in there, you have your how. Your how is important. And how God sees you is a question not many people ask. But it has to be answered. If we're going to develop strong convictions, we got to get clear. How does God see you? Have you ever paused? Have you ever thought and really developed some convictions on how God sees you? Well, I'm going to give you some thought. Here's a good truth bomb for you to kind of take in and ingest, and hopefully it explodes in you and creates a change and shift in transforming your mind. One thing we got to be clear on is the real enemy that we face is us. Like we face us. Like we got to defeat ourselves and overcome us. And in that, we've got to get clear on how God sees you. Otherwise, we're going to conform to the pattern of this world and the pattern of the performance thinking, and no one cares, and we're on our own. We got to figure it out. So in this journey, in this quest, how God sees you, we're going to have to go to a source. We're going to have to find out some truth bombs on how God, the great growth coach, really sees us. So the best place to go, yeah, you guessed it. It's your playbook. Coach has a playbook. It's your Bible. And there's great truth bombs in that Bible and that playbook that you need to unpack and you need to uncover that become your strong convictions. So one great truth bomb I love is in Romans, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind so you can find the perfect, pleasing will of God. So don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So here's a choice, right? We have to decide if we're going to conform to that pattern of thinking. No one cares. I'm on my own. I got to figure it all out. I got to grunt through. I am my performance, which is a systematic problem of the world, or we can transform our mind. And we play a role in it. just not coach God doing everything. We have to make a choice on how to begin to transform our mindset on how God sees us. So to do it, here's the best thing. Here's the solution. Here's the medicine. Open it up. Open up the playbook and find 2 to 3 key truth bombs that speak and resonate with you about how God sees you. Go Google them. Go search. Find a pathway where you're landing on 3 strong convictions on how God sees you. Now, the part you play is to continue to use that to transform your mind. You play a role. So you got to get that word. You got to get those truths in front of you. You can memorize them. You can read them. What I did when I was a young man, that I was needing some guidance and some strength, is I just put them on my mirror. I put these truth bombs on the mirror that were really about how God sees me. And as I would think on them, as I would meditate on them, my mind started to change. Things started to shift. The weight, the strength, the disappointment of performance started to fade. I realized that Coach did care about me. Coach had a plan. Coach loved me, even before I loved myself. So this is a simple growth time teaching I just want to share today, is that if you're going to transform your mind in this one specific area, you're going to have to shift how God sees you. Get those truth bombs, start speaking them out, get them in front of you, because you play a role in having that mind renewed. And that's power. If we can get a hold of that message, if you can get a hold of that truth, you'll start to see change, you'll start to see those shifts, you're going to live your best life, you'll be a great 21st century leader. So as a real quick value add, I'm excited that I'm actually launching forth a whole course, an online coaching course called The Power of You, Gaining Clarity, Convictions, and Confidence to be that great 21st century leader. And the course goes through an in-depth look at understanding your humanity purpose plan, your why, your how, and your what, and your divinity purpose plan, the why, the how, and the what. So let's connect, check it out. You can go look at it at mygrowthtime.com, and look forward to it. So, hey, get connected, get coached up, be inspired. Something good's going to happen. You're going to transform your mind, shift your performance way of thinking, and know that regardless of your performance, Coach is connected to you. All right, what time is it, baby?